Welcome back to the channel 40 and broke. It doesn't matter how we got here, all that matters is that we get out of here. Now here are 5 more cliches that are probably true and might be of use when you are on this journey. Try to get out of this predicament of being 40 and broke. Especially the 5th one might surprise you, so stick around to the end. Number 1. If it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. This is a quote that you should live by. At this time, when you are 40 and broke, money should be your priority at all time. It doesn't matter what else is going on. If there's money to be made, you should be there. And on the other hand, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. So, you shouldn't be spending time on needless activities. Everything that you do right now should be about making money and getting ahead in life. I always say, the best medicine for a man who's broke is getting money and success. That's why I say, live by the quote, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. This will help you make the right decisions when you are on this journey. This will help you make the right decisions when you're struggling with this specific aspect of life. So let me give you one example. Instead of wasting your time or watching sport games, you should be reading and learning about investing in stocks, or find a way to monetize your hobbies or your skills. Number 2, Rome wasn't built in one day. A lot of men want instant gratification. They want to reap the benefits without putting in the effort. They want to be a master at something without putting in the work and effort. This is not how life works. Rome wasn't built in one day. It took time. Nothing that's worth something comes easy. When you are on this mission, at times you might feel down and out. At times, you might feel like it doesn't even make sense what you're doing, because you don't see the fruits right away. This is why a lot of men give up way too soon. Let me give you a great example. Everybody knows that when you start a company or a business, you might not even make a profit the first 1 to 3 years. You need dedication and vision. You need to look ahead of you. You need to look into the horizon and understand that the profits will come later down the line. Sometimes you need to be patient. Rome wasn't built in one day. I can already tell you, when you are in this situation, 40 and broke, you might have been too impatient too often. Stop chasing instant gratification. Instead of wanting things right away, take your time. Make sure that everything that you do, where you put your name on, is a quality product. Make sure that your reputation is held high at all times. By not respecting these laws, you might find yourself in this exact situation, being 40 and broke. Number 3. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with 1 step. This alludes to the previous point about being patient and taking your time. Sometimes, something might seem impossible or far out of reach, but it all starts with 1 step, by getting ahead. By starting, you might feel discouraged because it seems like something takes too long, but you gotta be patient. Nothing that's worthwhile comes easy. Time is the most important thing to us right now, because when you have to cover a long distance, there's 2 ways that you can look at it. You can say that it seems impossible and you feel discouraged, or you start by taking the first step. After taking the first step, you only need 999 more instead of 1,000. You are like me, you're chasing $1 million. And by putting $1 into your saving account, you are $1 ahead of your journey already. Sometimes it's the small steps that will take you there, to your destination. It might look like a slow process, but you don't know how far this will take you. A lot of men make the mistake of not even starting. You have to start somewhere. Everything that you see around you started somewhere. The most successful people and companies started somewhere. There are countless of examples. For example, the founder of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, he started in a room with a computer, with an idea and a vision. And look at what happened. Don't look at people who got an easy come up. This is not for everyone. Don't be jealous or don't drive yourself crazy by looking at these people. Most people who became a millionaire came from the bottom and started with nothing. This is why it's important to start your journey as soon as possible. Start right now. Start today. Start your journey of 1,000 miles right now by taking the first step. And always remember, once you take the first step, there's no going back anymore. You can only go forward. Number 4, suffer now or suffer later. We are not young men anymore. We should be aware of this. If you are broke at 40, I assume that you were suffering. If you are not suffering, you are at the wrong channel. The only way to get out of this is realizing that you either suffer now or you suffer later. You either put in the effort and energy to get a better life right now, or you will suffer later down the line. I can tell you how many times my arrogance put me on the wrong path. I thought that I could make it without putting in the hard work, that I could outsmart the system somehow. And now I found myself in this situation, 40 and broke. I know that we can't go back in time. We can't change history. We can only change the future. So this is why we have to remember, suffer now or suffer later. You either suffer now by exercising and hitting the gym, or you will suffer later down the line by getting fat and obese and being unable to attract the type of woman that you want. Why? Because you decided to suffer later, but you will suffer. Always remember this. All the energy and effort that you put in right now will benefit you later down the line. It might not even take that long. So, suffer now or suffer later. The choice is on you. Now the last one, as I promised, might be one that you didn't think about at first. Number 5. The graveyard is full of good ideas who never saw the day of light. This is why I always say, gentlemen, if you have a great idea, follow through on it. Try to make it work. Try to realize your idea as soon as possible. This is why I said, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. Other men thought that they would have all the time in the world, that they had all the time to accomplish their great ideas, only to find themselves in the graveyard, unable to breathe life into their plans. Another thing that you should never underestimate is when you got an idea, you might have gotten this from the universe, from the gods. They gave it to you on a silver platter. All you had to do was make this idea a reality. I already told you about Amazon and Jeff Bezos, but there are many more examples. Basically everything that you see around you right now. It was all an idea from a man. Just a thought, just a dream, just a vision. You should not underestimate time. When you are in this position, 40, you should be aware of how fast time flies by. A human life is nothing but a grain of sand in the grand scheme of things. When you start to understand this and respect this, you might be more eager to put in the energy and effort that certain ideas will take. You want to build a legacy? This is your best bet to build a legacy. Stop trying to build a legacy through women and children. The most fickle thing in this life. You can't control other people. You can only control yourself. Don't take your great ideas with you into the grave. Another thing that you should be wary of, the gods might have given you this great idea. By thinking about it, it already came to existence. Let me give you an example. I had many great ideas throughout my youth, but I never was business savvy enough. I had the balls to make it happen in reality. Uber Eats, for example. I came up with this idea like 25 years ago when I was a teenager. I already understood that the big fast food companies would start to deliver sooner or later. Yet, I never believed that I personally could make it happen. I never believed that somebody like me could pull this off. Now, people hardly believe that I came up with this so many years ago already. Another example that I can give you. When you are in a busy street, you might see a lot of restaurants. Now, if I would tell you to start a restaurant, what would you tell me? No, I won't do this because there are too many competitors within the street. But you forget one thing. All the restaurants who are competitors, they're all eating, they're all making money. None of them thought that there were too many competitors. They all started, despite the fact that they had the odds against them. So, this is what I mean. Don't take your ideas with you to the grave. When you are 40, it's the perfect time to make your ideas reality. But you gotta put in the work. What else are you gonna do? You're gonna stay broke for the rest of your life? It's about time that you bet on yourself. Put all your chips on you. Don't put it on other people. Don't put it on friends, family members, or women. Put it on you. Now, if you're still rocking with me, your time and attention is highly appreciated. Please consider to give me a like, a subscription, and drop a comment so we can keep the channel growing. Shalom.